Kasama, Mansa, Solwezi, and Mongu. Feel free to interact with us and let us know where you are watching from. Only on your Top Star Decoders Channel 91, Sun FM TV. Radio Gone Rogue. Radio Gone TV.
Sometimes life happens, and we all need that extra something to sort things out. Stay ahead, even before payday, with the ABSA Salary Advance. Get a convenient and quick short-term loan payable in 3 months at an affordable rate. Get the support you need when you need it, and keep your story going. Call 5950 for more details. Terms and conditions apply. Your story matters. ABSA.
For in-depth news coverage from across Zambia, local and national news, business, politics, and sports, this is the Sun FM News, brought to you by ABSA. Your story matters.
The news.
Hello, this is the news on Sun FM Radio and TV. To present it, my name is Imelda Chikwati. President Hakainde Hichilema has emphasized that all government initiatives must align with the needs of the economy to position Zambia as an attractive destination for investment. The Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development has announced that 4.9 billion kwacha out of the budgeted 5.6 billion kwacha under the 2025 Constituency Development Fund CDF has been dispersed since January. The Electoral Commission of Zambia, ECZ, has dismissed circulating photos and videos on social media alleging that the Commission is issuing voters' cards to underage children, describing the claims as false and misleading. Maker Group of Companies has announced a 1.5 million kwacha sponsorship package for the 2025 Maker International Championship Tennis Tournament. Stay tuned for the details.
The news. 88.5 Sun FM.
President Hakainde Hichilema has emphasized that all government initiatives must align with the needs of the economy to position Zambia as an attractive destination for investment. Speaking at the commissioning ceremony of the Trade Kings Group glucose and starch plant in Kafue, President Hichilema reiterated his administration's commitment to fostering a conducive business environment. Earlier, Minister of Commerce, Trade and Industry Chipoka Mulenga stated that government remains focused on advancing industrialization nationwide, highlighting this strategy as pivotal to job creation. Meanwhile, Trade Kings Group Executive Director for Corporate Affairs, Phil Daka, disclosed that the company has invested over $1 billion in Zambia and currently employs 17,500 people in full-time positions. Once operating at full capacity, the KGL plant will source over 126,000 metric tons of maize annually from local farmers, thereby supporting thousands of smallholder producers and enhancing Zambia's agribusiness value chain.
Trade Kings Group has officially commissioned Zambia's first ever glucose and starch manufacturing plant under Kingworth Group Limited. President Hakainde Hichilema was guest of honor during the commissioning. In his keynote speech, President Hichilema called for the need for his government to align its work to economic growth in order to attract investments. The president reassured investors of a conducive business environment.
Between investments and the government. And my minister colleagues, please remember, we were placed in cabinet via elections to serve Zambians. Our work in the cabinet, Deputy Secretary of the Cabinet, must align with the needs of the economy, investors. Very important. so that we are not deliberating on things there that are isolated and disjointed. They must be focusing on supporting growth of the economy.
And the head of state has called on the Ministry of Labour and Social Security to audit jobs being created in the private sector in order to appreciate them. He has since commended Trade King Group for investments it has brought to Zambia.
It's a jigsaw puzzle. Everything is connected here. And someone else will consume. More than just consuming the maize, but processing what we went through here. The value add, then the products that come out. It's not just starch. It's not just glucose. It is animal feed, which will help grow our beef zones.
Meanwhile, Minister of Commerce, Trade and Industry, Chipoka Mulenga, said the government will continue promoting industrialization.
Holidays, concessions are only for foreign investors. We are here to witness a local investor investing in the Mount Facility Economic Zone, which was not possible. It's not only Trade Kings that has invested in the Mount Facility Economic Zone, including Java Foods, among many other Zambian investors, have set up here, getting the incentives and concessions just like any other investor.
Our Trade King Group Executive Director, Corporate Affairs, Phil Daka, revealed that his company has invested over $1 billion and currently employs 17,500 people.
Investment has been split into two parts, which we are commissioning today, starting with a $60 million phase one, and another planned $60 million phase one, another planned $50 million for phase two. That will position Zambia as the third producer of glucose and starch in Africa. This comes after, Mr. President.
Justin Banda, Sun FM TV News, Kafio District, Lusaka.
The Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development has announced that 4.9 billion kwacha out of the budgeted 5.6 billion kwacha under the 2025 Constituency Development Fund (CDF) has been disbursed since January. Speaking at a press briefing, Permanent Secretary Dr. Gabriel Pollen stated that the disbursement reflects a 76% achievement in CDF utilization to date. He noted that the Ministry of Finance and National Planning is yet to release the remaining 717 million kwacha required to fully meet the 2025 budget allocation. Dr. Pollen emphasized that the ministry is actively monitoring constituencies that have not yet utilized their allocations with the aim of ensuring that development projects are implemented and communities benefit as intended. He further clarified that the Cash for Work program has not been suspended. Instead, its operational guidelines are being reconfigured to enhance oversight and ensure accurate targeting. The review period will be used to establish a more robust system designed to prevent the double dipping of government resources. Dr. Pollen also revealed that the ministry currently holds an outstanding balance of 23 million kwacha in unpaid wages under the program.
But it's a tool that we're using in order to achieve equality in the way that funds are being given out. This means that with the 1.06 billion that has been received, it means that from January 2025 to date, 4.9 billion has been released by the Ministry of Finance and National Planning through the Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development to support CDF projects across the country. So that's a huge amount of money, 4.9 billion that's been released. But let's note that for 2025, the national budget set aside 5 billion, 625 million, and 71,493 kwacha as the total CDF allocation for the country.
The Electoral Commission of Zambia, ECZ, has dismissed circulating photos and videos on social media alleging that the commission is issuing voters' cards to underage children, describing the claims as false and misleading. Speaking at a press briefing, ECZ Chief Electoral Officer Brian Casaro clarified that the images and videos in question do not reflect the current voter registration exercise. He noted that they feature elements of the 2026 voters' cards and lack the updated logo and equipment design being used in the ongoing process. Mr. Casaro described the social media allegations as misinformation and disinformation intended to erode public confidence in the registration exercise. Meanwhile, he announced that the Commission has recorded a provisional total of 280,000 voter registrations during Phase 1 of the exercise. Copperbelt Province leads with 16,550 new registrations and 17,225 replacements and transfers. Mr. Casaro further disclosed that 95,907 new voters have been registered so far, with women accounting for 51,920 compared to 43,987 men. He expressed optimism that the Commission will meet its target of 3.5 million registered voters during the mass registration period and urged all stakeholders to intensify public sensitization efforts to encourage broader citizen participation.
In terms of the social media report, yes, the Commission is aware of this, and through our social media platforms, we have clearly indicated that these, upon verification, are fake images. To provide further detail, where this information includes video clips, if you pay particular attention, you will note that the voter registration equipment in that video is not the kit we're using right now to register in this 2025 registration exercise. So go and take a look at what our kit looks like, and if you look at those videos, you will see that that kit is not what the Commission is using.
The University of Zambia and Allied Workers Union has urged the government to take a keen interest in the conditions of service for workers at the National Health and Training Institute, formerly known as the Tropical Diseases Research Center, TDRC. Speaking during a sit-in protest in Ndola, Unzao Deputy General Secretary Richard Hangua described the situation at the institute as unfavorable. He noted that despite being one of 5 institutions under the Ministry of Health, workers continue to endure low salaries. Mr. Hangua stated that the union has no alternative but to proceed with the sit-in protest until their concerns are fully addressed, emphasizing that patience among the workers has worn thin.
Workers at the National Health and Training Institute, formerly Tropical Diseases Research Center, TDRC, in Ndola, have launched a sit-in protest today by abandoning their duties and gathering at the 7th floor of the Ndola Teaching Hospital TDRC Lecture Theatre. The protest comes after 3 years of patiently waiting for improved conditions of service, particularly regarding their salaries. ZAU Deputy General Secretary Richard Hangua said it is disheartening to learn of workers from other institutions receiving salary increments annually, while others nothing in 3 years.
We need to take interest in what is happening here, because you cannot have government workers who are treated differently. The other government workers in civil service, they're enjoying their conditions of service. It comes to the National Health Research and Training Institute, we seem to have a problem. We will give you a benefit of doubt, Madam Acting DG, that we can hold back this protest, but we need to assure you actually, Madam Acting DG, this is a protest. We are ready to keep on indefinitely if need be.
After sitting on the floor outside the Director General's office for minutes without response, the protesters moved to the Acting Director General's office. Acting Director General Dr. Christina Mayundu pleaded with the workers to allow time for consultations, assuring them that the matter would be addressed within 24 hours. She further disclosed that the Director General is currently in Lusaka over the same matter. In response, Deputy General Secretary Hangua said the protests will continue until their demands are properly met.
It means us, protesting for the next 36 months. We are going to do so because the last 6 months have not yielded anything. For now, we'll give you enough time. I know my colleagues are whispering, timeline, timeline, timeline. We will not look at that timeline. However, we'll be back here tomorrow to hear if you have any latest and meaningful latest from the powers that be. We want management to take this very, very seriously.
Earlier this month, union leaders held a press conference in Ndola, issuing management with a 7-day ultimatum to address their grievances. Reporting for Sun FM TV News, I'm Gertrude Mwansa in Ndola.
The Ministry of Infrastructure, Housing and Urban Development, in collaboration with Egypt, has commenced a capacity building workshop aimed at equipping local engineers and contractors with the skills required to deliver high-quality infrastructure across Zambia. Speaking at the official opening of the workshop in Lusaka, Minister of Infrastructure, Housing and Urban Development Charles Milupi stated that the program will strengthen engagement with engineers from Egypt's Arab contractors. He emphasized that the initiative is designed to ensure Zambian contractors and engineers are equipped with internationally recognized knowledge and practices. Mr. Milupi reiterated the presidential directive that infrastructure development must adhere to 3 core principles: right pricing, compliance with quality standards and specifications, and timely delivery. He said government will continue to build engineers' capacity by providing necessary skills and supervision to deliver quality infrastructure services.
Therefore, this capacity building workshop could not have come at a better time than now, as it will equip our engineers with the necessary skills and knowledge that will ensure adherence to the 3 principles and deliver quality infrastructure in the road sector that our country demands. This program will also strengthen our engagement with engineers from the Arab contractors of Egypt, a company with a long history and excellent reputation in Africa in infrastructure development. Further, the Arab contractors company has a reputation for providing high-quality services.
Speaking at the same event, Egyptian ambassador to Zambia, Miyada Esam, highlighted the importance of the training in bridging knowledge gaps and aligning Egyptian expertise with Zambia's infrastructure development goals. Ambassador Esam stated that her team is not in Zambia merely to construct buildings, but to foster cooperation with Zambian engineers. She stressed Egypt's commitment through its engineering firms to building mutual respect, shared goals, and a common vision inspired by the strong bilateral relations between the 2 nations.
It is a bridge of knowledge connecting Egyptian expertise with the Zambian ambition, a platform for exchange of knowledge and skills. I believe we have before us a group of talented Zambian officials, engineers, professionals, eager to learn, to drive their nation's development forward. Your Excellency, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, this training course reflects Egypt's unwavering commitment through its pioneering companies.
Meanwhile, University of Zambia civil engineer Job Kapundo shared that the workshop has already equipped engineers from various institutions with the knowledge needed to uphold quality service delivery in the infrastructure sector. He expressed confidence that engineers will meet government standards in infrastructure projects and affirmed that the support from the Arab Republic of Egypt will help achieve tangible results.
This workshop is concerned, we are of course looking at asphalt roadworks. So these are the main layers of the road we've been looked at as of yesterday. So the lesson focused on for us to be able to achieve good strength in roadworks, and of course we're talking about durability. We need to be careful with the selection of materials and as well as proper testing. So as away from the roads, we also...
Zambia Police Service has reported a concerning surge in road traffic accidents during the third quarter of 2025, with 10,126 cases recorded nationwide, a 12.9% increase compared to the same period last year. In a statement, ZP Deputy Public Relations Officer Godfrey Chilabi revealed that the accidents claimed 753 lives, left 1,893 people seriously injured, and caused minor injuries to 2,702 others. He added that this reflects a 24.3% increase in fatal accidents and a 36.9% rise in deaths compared to the third quarter of 2024. Lusaka continued to account for the highest number of accidents, registering 5,249 cases. Copperbelt followed with 1,293, and Central Province recorded 1,042. Western Province had the lowest tally at 190 cases. August emerged as the most accident-prone month with 3,636 cases, followed by September with 3,330 and July with 3,162. The report also highlighted the impact on children, with 387 minors under the age of 16 affected. Of these, 73 died, 155 sustained serious injuries, and 183 suffered minor injuries. Motorcycle-related accidents remained a serious concern, with 1,124 cases reported. Furthermore, human error was cited as the leading cause of accidents. The most common infractions included excessive speed, 2,465 cases, misjudging clearance distance, 1,277, failure to keep to the near side, 1,047, disobeying traffic signs, 1,040, and improper overtaking, 718. Traffic offences also rose sharply, with 49,564 cases recorded, up from 40,260 in the same period last year, marking a 23.1% increase. This spike contributed to a rise in revenue from admission of guilt fines, which grew from 18.2 million kwacha in 2024 to 22.5 million kwacha in 2025. As the festive season approaches, the Zambia Police Service plans to intensify enforcement operations and launch public awareness campaigns in collaboration with the stakeholders. This is the news on Sun FM Radio and TV. When we come back, sports news, stay tuned.
Win Namamuli 1 million na ABSA. Play your cards right, Muntu Andy, and you could win big. Simply tap or swipe any of your ABSA cards 5 times in a month, and you could be one of 10 lucky winners to take home a cheap 10-pin in monthly prizes or walk away with a grand prize of 250,000 kwacha. Chaliroku, and you cannot afford to not get lucky. Use your ABSA card to enter the draw. Terms and conditions apply. Your story matters. ABSA.
In sports news, Mika Group of Companies has announced a 1.5 million kwacha sponsorship package for the 2025 Mika International Championship Tennis Tournament, scheduled to run from 21st to 26th October 2025. The tournament has attracted international interest from 8 countries, including Congo, Botswana, and Zimbabwe, among others. Speaking during a press briefing, Mika Group Head of Sales and Marketing, Aaron Peary, stated that the sponsorship reflects the company's commitment to promoting healthy living through its corporate social responsibility initiatives.
So we are also glad that the partnership between the sponsors, Champions Haven, Zambia Tennis Association, and Mika Group of Companies is growing by year. And it's our sincere hope that it can continue to grow much as the tournament is also growing. It's not enough to talk about the Mika International Tennis Tournament without talking about its inception. 7 years ago, the tournament started as a small local tournament. It has grown over the years, and as of today, 2025,
and Zambia Tennis Association President Lighton Musonda welcomes the continued growth of the Mika tournament.
I would like to share that effective 2025, as of 6th of February, the Zambia Tennis Association was readmitted to full membership, full voting rights membership to the International Tennis Federation. And it is hoped that by next year, the Mika International Tennis Tournament, through consultations and discussions with the sponsors and the promoters, we intend to move this tournament even much higher so that it could attract.
While Tournament Director Sydney Mateta confirmed that the tournament has received 182 entries, of which 149 have been approved and 25 rejected for not meeting criteria. Mateta disclosed the prize structure, with the men's winners set to receive 29,000 kwacha and women's winners 11,000 kwacha, in addition to other category prizes.
For ladies, 21 are local, like I said, and 22 are from outside Zambia, which is international. While men, we have 65 local players and 75 international players. It's really encouraging to see the balance. It gives our local players great exposure while also allowing international players to experience the competitive.
In other sports news, Zesco Ndola Girls Football Club midfielder Enele Spiri has reaffirmed the Copper Queens' determination to overcome Namibia in the first leg of the Women's Africa Cup of Nations WAFCON final round qualifier. Speaking to Fuzz Media, Piri emphasized the importance of unity and hard work to ensure Zambia dispatches the brave gladiators. She outlined her personal targets and noted that morale in camp is high ahead of the crucial encounter scheduled for Dobsonville Stadium in Soweto.
Treasury is at 1,000, but now I do 1,000. I get here to new win, Chungo 7 years. But it's going to win the league. Spirit chamushe ari wonse muntu aikamamba wozi tikakonzera kuti tikawine bora na midi. Target yanga bora pawaniste ye target yanga tikalonge tikawine as a team tikasenzere pamodzi and timamodzi bora pawaniste.
Zambia will face Namibia tomorrow, Wednesday, in the first leg of the final round qualifier for the Morocco 2025 WAFCON. The return leg is set for October 26 at Levi Mwanawasa Stadium in Ndola. The winner of the two-legged fixture will secure a place at the Morocco 2025 WAFCON, which runs from Saturday, July 5th to Saturday, July 26, 2026. The top 4 teams at the tournament will qualify for the 2027 FIFA Women's World Cup. As we leave, the headlines once again. President Hakainde Hichilema has emphasized that all government initiatives must align with the needs of the economy to position Zambia as an attractive destination for investment. The Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development has announced that 4.9 billion kwacha out of the budgeted 5.6 billion kwacha under the 2025 Constituency Development Fund (CDF) has been dispersed since January. The Electoral Commission of Zambia (ECZ) has dismissed circulating photos and videos on social media alleging that the commission is issuing voters' cards to underage children, describing the claims as false and misleading. In sports news, Maker Group of Companies has announced a 1.5 million kwacha sponsorship package for the 2025 Maker International Championship tennis tournament. On behalf of the entire news team, my name is Imelda Chukwati. Stay tuned to Sun FM Radio and TV. God bless.
The News, 88.5 Sun FM.
A comprehensive coverage of local and national news, business, politics, and sports. The Sun FM News was brought to you by ABSA. Your story matters.
Sometimes life happens, and we all need that extra something to sort things out. Stay ahead.